I would like to try something theoretic to explain you the heart of capital theory in 5 minutes. That's very important. Capital theory, it's very important in economics. It's the bridge. It's like the bridge that connects the monetary side with the real investment side. And it's very important that we understand how this bridge works. In which way money does affect real investment decisions. This is what it is explained by capital theory. And in order to do that, we should understand first in which way savings in a free market tends to be invested correctly. When we save, we decrease our current consumption. In fact, this is the definition of saving. And when we decrease our current consumption, the prices of consumer goods tends to go down and tends to decrease. If this happens, the profits of industries and companies producing consumer goods tends also to go down. And this is very important because it gives a signal all around the economy that tells entrepreneurs that they should redirect their investments from consumer goods industries toward capital goods industries that are farther away, temporarily farther away from current consumption. Please do not forget that most of the entrepreneurial effort, most of workers are not producing goods and services that will mature this year. I mean consumer goods and services. Most of the economic effort of developed nations is concentrated in producing goods and services that will mature not now, not next month, not in this year, but 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, even more years from now. And this temporal dimension of the structure of production is one of the most important tools of capital theory we should be very acquainted, familiar with. And it is very important because all Keynesian economic theory, all monetarist Chicago school theories, they always forget this temporal dimension of the structure of production. If prices of consumer goods that are going to be sold and eventually are going to be bought this year goes down, it gives a signal that we shouldn't invest in producing goods and services very short term, but we should invest in capital goods industries that are producing for the more long-term future, 3, 4, 6 years from now. A lot of people, for instance, now is trying to design a car, the car that we will consume 10 years from now. Other people is, trying to mine the iron ore that will be put in a car that will be sold 3 years from now, and so on and so forth, till the last stage of the production when the car is assembled and sold this year. Cars that are sold this year began to be designed 10 years ago. People designing cars today, these cars will only mature and arrive the market in 2020, for instance. And this is very important because when savings do increase, this only affects to a small subset of the economy, those entrepreneurs and workers closer to consumption. And it does not affect entrepreneurs investing and working for the consumption that will be realized 10 years from now. It is irrelevant that consumption decreases to this year for all the people that is producing consumption goods that will mature only 10 years from now. And I wanted to address this idea because now you will very easily understand that this signal of the profits tells entrepreneurs when savings increases that they must redirect their effort to our more capital goods industries. At the same time, when savings increase, prices of consumption goods of this year goes down, which means that with the same wages, with the same monetary incomes, real wages goes up because it's possible to buy more goods and services at the reduced prices. So if real wages goes up, this is another signal that tells entrepreneurs, hey, now workers are relatively more expensive. You should substitute workers in the margin by machines, computers. See, this is a second very important signal. Who are going to produce the machines, the computers? Precisely the workers that are dismissed in the industries that are closer to consumption when savings goes up. And there is a third signal, economic signal. When savings do increase, the interest rate tends to go down because there is a greater supply of present goods, a greater supply of loanable funds, if you want. And if the interest rate goes down, the market prices of capital goods goes up because the market price tends to be the discounted value by the interest rate of the future stream of income of each capital good. I don't mind if it is a home, a factory, a truck, a lorry, or whatever. So if interest rates goes down, the market prices of capital goods goes up, which is a third very important microeconomic signal that tells everybody in the market they should produce not short-term consumer goods, but computers, machines, factories, trucks, and so on. What I have explained to you through these three microeconomic effects, it's nothing more, nothing less, why the so-called Keynesian paradox of saving is entirely wrong from the point of view of economic theory. What I'm telling you is that it is perfectly possible to earn profits even if you see your turnover, your sales going down because there is an increase in savings. How is it possible to obtain a profit if you sell less in monetary terms? Very easily, reducing your costs in an even greater amount. How? Substituting the most expensive labor by the most cheaper machines. And this is an idea that neither Keynes, nor Milton Friedman, nor in general all the macroeconomists never understood. I think I was able to make this heroic